And just take a couple breaths here. Notice what you feel following that. Any buzzing, vibration. We're going to go into our breath retention now. So start to inhale all the way to the tippy tops. You're going to fill until you can't take any more air in. Then pull your chin towards your chest. That's called Jalandhara Bandha. It locks the air in. Also lift your pelvic floor. Hold here as long as you can without getting stressed out. So when your body asks you to, go ahead and release that chin lock and breathe all the way to the bottom. And then once you reach that full exhale point, you'll just take some natural, comfortable breaths here. Good. Keep your eyes closed and just following the breaths, taking inventory, maybe feeling a little more energized, more awake. Just breathe and be aware. Being is the deepest sense of awareness. That's why we meditate. It reminds us how sacred life is. We forget that because we are so distracted and focused outward and in the process of always doing. So meditation normalizes the sacredness of life, and it brings that sacred experience more into the day-to-day. It's more accessible on a day-to-day basis when you practice. So if you've ever taken in a really beautiful sunset, feeling of beingness is a little bit like that, or noticing the innocence of a brand new baby, being is a little bit like that. Or if you've ever just really had your breath taken away by nature, felt like one with nature, it's kind of like that. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Knowing you are well on your way to becoming clearer and closer to your highest vibration, your best self, the best version of yourself. And then you can release your hands and just bring your palms back down to your knees. If you want to switch the cross of your shins, you've been here for a little while, you can. We're just doing some neck circles. So it's morning. So we just want to see what we might have created as far as tension overnight in our sleep or the day prior. If we didn't take some time for ourselves, kind of feeling some residue of that perhaps, just taking the neck in some nice big circles. If it's not comfortable to drop your head all the way back, you can just take half circles. You can start to turn on Ujjayi breath too at this time. So breathing through your nose and making a little bit of sound with your breath. Notice any areas during this big circle that you're feeling some tightness, and maybe you allow yourself to just pause there and take a breath into it. Relax the shoulders. I find when I do this, my shoulders start creeping up. Keep dropping them down. So just taking some self-time. This is time for yourself. Notice what's happening in your body, where you need to direct the breath. Good. And then bring your gaze back towards the front of your space. You can blink the eyes open if you haven't. Bring your left hand out to the left. Take your right arm up and just create a side bend. Notice that the right hip or sitting bone will want to kind of float up off the mat to go deeper. Try to really root through that right sits bone as you reach up and over. Maybe let your left ear fall to your left shoulder. Take a breath into your right side body. And then slowly begin to bring yourself all the way back up and switch sides. So bringing the right hand down and the left arm up and over. Spreading across this right side, left side waist. Breathe into the left rib cage. Let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. Maybe close the eyes and just feel the stretch. Maybe you can even sense a stretching happening in the skin on the side of your body. Enjoy it. And then slowly bring yourself all the way back up. Let your palms meet overhead. Maybe lift your gaze, look up at your thumbs, and when the palms touch, try to lift them even more upwards. So zipping up through the low belly, lifting through the back and side ribs. On an exhale, twisting towards the right, placing the right fingertips to the floor behind you, the left hand at the knee. Just give yourself a little help to go deeper. So the hands pull on the knee, push on the floor, turn the gaze over the shoulder. And then unraveling the arms, travel back up. Gaze up, watch your palms touch. Lift up. And twist the other way. Nice little rinse. Every in-breath is for creating maybe just a tiny bit more length, so reaching up through the crown of your head. Every exhale, maybe push a little deeper into that twist, keeping the low belly hugging in. Notice your breath. And then come back to center, reach your arms up, palms touch. And then bring the hands down. Go ahead and grab your knees. And we're going to move into what looks a little bit like cat-cow, but while seated. So you'll inhale and just lift your chest, maybe drop the head back, open up your throat, stretching out the throat. Exhale, rounding your spine. Push your spine backwards, tuck your chin. Let the head drop forward, maybe shake it out a little bit. Again, inhale, move your heart through, lift your gaze. Pull your shoulder blades in. And exhale, rounding. Push your spine towards the space behind you. Drop your chin to your chest. One more time like that. And then finding your way to neutral. Shift over your shins or sweep your feet to one side. Come to your palms. Spread your fingers out real wide. And same movement. So cow and cat, but on your hands now. If you want to, you can turn your fingertips towards your knees and do cat-cow that way. So hands can be either normal or fingertips turned towards the knees. I like this variation because it helps to stretch out the tissues and muscles in the wrists, the palms, the fingers. Time your breath and your movement so that they're happening at the same time. Notice a little pausing moments before you inhale again, little moment in suspension, and then let your in-breath pull you again through your cow and your exhales back to cat. Hopefully your spine's feeling pretty good here. We'll flip the fingertips forward. Check that your index fingers are parallel to one another. Tuck your toes under, bring your hips up into your first downward dog. And let this downward dog be just a free time down dog. So no pressure to go into it with a perfect alignment or anything. You're just kind of moving your body around, seeing what feels good, what feels right, where tension might have crept in since the last time you practiced. You can shake out the head a bit, sway out the hips a bit. We had some yogis jump on. Hi, Bree and Reagan, Russell, Taylor. Welcome to class. From your downward facing dogs, let's walk the feet forward towards the hands, ending up in a ragdoll. So top of your mat, feet hip width distance or wider if you need. The knees are bent, so you're not locking the legs out at all. Soften the knees, even if you can. Keep the knees bent. Grab the elbows and just drop your heavy head down. Just allow the reverse of fluids and blood in your body. Leaning a little weight into the right foot, you'll feel your body sway right. Leaning a little weight into the left foot, you'll feel your body sway left. And start to go back and forth. And then drop your fingertips down to the floor. Come into a halfway lift. So just pull your heart forward, inhaling, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, bowing in. And then push into your feet and reach your arms all the way up. So you're coming up to stand. Arms can go up overhead. Big breath in. Drop your left hand down and take your right arm up and over. Side bending in Tadasana. Keep your chin lifted, looking forward, reaching through that right arm. The left hand can be like a little anchor on the outside of that leg, helping you to feel a little more foundation. So maybe you can lean a little bit more. With your next breath in, push into both feet. Firmly come all the way up. Both arms can go to the sky, and then switch sides. So right hand comes down, left arm up and over. Lift the chin away from the chest. Maybe gaze up. Make your legs strong and root your feet down. And come all the way back up. Reach your arms overhead. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale the arms overhead, breathing in, and then swan diving over the legs. Come all the way down. Come to a flat back, breathe in and lengthen. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Dropping the right knee down. If you need padding under the right knee, feel free to slide a blanket or pillow underneath the knee. Climb up your left thigh. Lunge your hips forward and down. And then take your arms all the way up overhead. If you'd like, catch your hands if that's easy for you. Index fingers release, Kali Mudra, and then just pull the arms back, lift the chest up, keep the hips lunging. Softening your gaze, your jaw, breathing into the hips. We're going to attempt a balancing half split. So begin to move your hips back, straighten your left leg, flex those toes. Can you lean your chest forward and reach your fingertips back? And if you have to put your hands down, that's fine. Heart stays beaming forward. And then come back into Anjaneyasana with maybe the Kali Mudra. So inhale, come back up, stretch up, begin to lean back. Exhales, Bringing you back into that balancing half splits. Arms back, reach back, shoulders away from ears, heart forward. Move again into Anjaneyasana, Kali Mudra with the hands. Good job, lifting up. Good. And then exhale your hands down to the floor. We're gonna lean into this front foot, picking up the back knee. Take standing splits. Doesn't have to be real deep at all. Just take your right leg up, square off your hips, and start to fold over your left leg. Feel that channel from the sits bone to the heel begin to open. Spread your right toes so there's life in them. Reach them a little higher. And then step your right foot next to your left foot. Come up halfway, breathe in. And then step your left foot back, big lunge. Drop the back knee down, remember padding it if you need. Climbing up your right thigh. So you're in this low lunging position. Push the hips forward and down. Feel a nice stretch into the front of your left hip. And join your hands and reach your arms up. You're going up into Kali Mudra. If you don't like bringing the hands together, your shoulders are tight, just have the arms apart. Take a few breaths here, settle your gaze, smooth your breath. Take an inhale here, and let's try for that balancing half split. So shift your hips back first, flex your right foot, reach your fingertips back, reach your heart forward, and pin those shoulder blades towards each other, flat against your back ribs. And then you're coming back into that low Anjaneyasana, maybe joining the hands. Back to the balancing half splits. And then back to the low lunge. Reach the arms up. And then lower the hands down. Tuck the back toes. Let's try for standing splits on this side. We're just checking out if there's any differences from one leg to the other. There definitely are differences, but it's up to you to notice where and what they are. Maybe you grab your right ankle with your right palm. Maybe you keep both hands down. Spread your left toes. Lift your left toes. And step your left foot next to your right foot. And come up halfway, breathe in. Forward fold, breathing out. And come all the way up to stand, big breath in. Bring your hands to your heart, breathe out. So we're just gonna move through some lunging sun salutations, just picking up the pace a little bit. Arms go up overhead, big inhale breath. Swan dive forward, exhale. Come to a halfway lift, breathing in. Step your right foot back, drop the knee. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands down. Let's step into plank pose. Left meets the right foot. You can drop your knees here if you'd like. Lower all the way or hover. So take a vinyasa that serves you. Point the toes, either cobra like I'm demonstrating, or you'll press all the way into an up dog. Move back to downward facing dogs. Push through the hands, lift the hips. Take the right leg up, breathe in. Step the right foot forward between the thumbs, drop the left knee. Inhale the arms up, full breath in. And exhale the hands down. This time you'll push off your back toes, step forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale to rise, arms go overhead. Hands meet at the heart. Again, reach the arms up, big breath in. Swan dive, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale breath. Left foot steps back, the knee drops down. Inhale the arms overhead, breathing in. Exhale the hands down, step to plank pose and lower. Take your vinyasa in whatever style you'd like. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Left leg goes up, big inhale. Step between your thumbs, big exhale. Drop the back knee, arms go up, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale the hands down, step the back foot forward. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up to stand, big breath in. And bring the hands to the heart. Good, take your hands behind you, interlacing all 10 fingers. Feet can stay hip width distance or come together for this chair. I like feet touching, but you can choose what works for you. Stretch your knuckles back, squeeze your shoulder blades in. And this is gonna keep your chest nice and open as you sink your hips. So you're going into chair with your heart wide open. If you can get the palms together, squeeze them together. Pull your thumbs away from your sacrum. Pull your belly button in and try to grow your tailbone longer. Take a big breath in, widen across your chest. And then exhale, keep the hands bound like this and forward fold. Keep your hands bound like this, come up halfway. Keep your hands bound, forward fold. Bend your knees, take chair again, keep the hands bound. Inhale. Forward fold, keep your hands bound. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, keep the hands. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees, chair, keep the hands. Exhale. One more round, halfway lift. Forward fold deeper, pull your knuckles forward. Bend the knees, really open up your heart. Sink into the heels, pull your knuckles back. And fold, exhale. From here, you can release your hands down, come up halfway, separate your feet to hip width distance. Right fingertips stay on the ground, right knee's gonna bend. So you can even pick the right heel up off the floor, keep the toes down. Take your left arm up into a twist, and just look up over that left shoulder, maybe roll the wrist, maybe wrap the arm if you wanna take a bind. Left arm around the low back, turn your chest. One more breath. And release. Left hand down, left knee bends. Right arm goes up towards the sky, twist. Roll out the wrist. Wrap the arm around the low back. Pull the right shoulder back. Breathe here. Good. Release your arms back down. From your halfway lift, inhale, looking forward. Exhale, take the hands down, step back to plank pose. Lower down chaturanga if you're able to, otherwise lower to the floor. Taking cobra or upward facing dog, straighten your arms, push your chest through your arms. Gather in a nice big breath, and then we'll meet back in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Right leg's gonna go up to the sky. Let's bend the knee and open up the hip here. So flex your right foot, push your heel towards the left, lift your right kneecap higher, maybe like make little tiny little circles through your right kneecap. Extend your right leg, bring the knee towards the nose, and then softly, quietly step through. Warrior two, back heel down, arms are gonna come out wide. 3 breaths here. Settle deep into this front thigh. Track your knee in line with the second toe. Reach through the fingertips, pull the shoulder blades together. I'm gonna float a little bit. So inhale, reach the right arm back, stretching out through the fingertips. Side body stretch. Move it to a side angle with your elbow on your thigh. So go here, and then take your left arm, reach it forward. Press through that left heel, reach to the left fingertips. Go back to reverse, breathing in. Side angle, breathing out. Reverse. And side angle, breathing out. Nice, you can stay here in side angle a couple breaths if you want. Wrapping the left arm around the low back, maybe pulling the left shoulder back. Chest is turning away from the mat. Stay deep in that front knee. Keep the front knee bent, reverse warrior. Sliding the left hand down the back leg. Reach the right arm back. Cartwheel your hands down. Take a vinyasa, step back and lower. Elbows tucking in. Rolling over the toes, send the heart through, lift the chest. And meet back in downward facing dogs. Left leg goes up, inhale, open up the hip. Left knee pointing to the sky. Make tiny little circles with your left kneecap. Extend your left leg, knee towards the nose, softly stepping through. Warrior two, come up and around. Gazing over left fingertips, sink deep into that front knee. And feel the awakening in the legs. Push your feet down, pull energy up from your feet. Reach through the arms. Pelvic floor lifting, low belly lifting. Reverse your warrior, right hand sliding down the back leg. Reach the left arm back. Side angle, elbow meets the thigh, and the right arm reaches forward. Press through that back heel, reach through the fingertips. Going back, reverse warrior. Don't lose the bend in the front knee. Keep the knee over the ankle. Side angle, elbow to thigh, right arm reaching. And last time, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back. And elbow to thigh. Take your right arm overhead, reaching. Hold here. Stack your shin, knee over ankle. Press through that back foot. Maybe wrap the right arm around your low back. Peel your shoulder back. Keep the bend in your front knee. Come up to reverse warrior. Reach your left arm back. And cartwheel your hands down, releasing left foot back to right foot and flowing through. Hold here, a few rounds of breath. I'm just noticing any space in the body, in the mind. Maybe close the eyes. Take your attention inward. Feel the breath. Go look forward. Come onto your toe tips. Bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. And come up to a flat back, breathing in. Forward fold, forehead towards the knees. Enjoy that long back body stretch. And then come all the way back up to standing, reaching the arms up overhead. Hands come to the heart, exhale. Again, feet together or hip width distance for this next chair sequence. Hands behind the back, but go with the other thumb on top. So if you don't know which one that is, do what feels natural, and then switch the other thumb on top. And then stretch your knuckles back, lift your chest, feel your chest expand. Begin to sink your hips back and down, maybe a little deeper this time. Move the weight into your heels, send your chest forward, lift your thumbs away from your sacrum, tuck your pelvis, inhale. Keep your hands in forward fold, exhale, let all your breath go, pull those knuckles overhead. Keep your hands, come up to a flat back. And then fold a little deeper, pull your knuckles forward. Sink your hips, bend your knees, roll your chest open for chair. And fold again, ribs meet thighs, legs start to straighten, pull knuckles forward. Come up halfway, breathe in. Fold. Chair, rolling up, open your chest. Fold. Half lift. Fold. Last chair, sink low, reach up with your heart, not your arms. And fold. Good. Now release your hands down, come up halfway. Breathing in, stepping back plank. Lowering chaturanga. And then opening your chest, cobras or up dogs. Your call. Meeting back in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And take your right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. If you wanted to, flip it. So roll to the outer left foot, drop your right toes behind you, and start to reach your right arm forward. Bring your right knee towards your chest, step forward, warrior two, back heel down, arms wide. Reverse your warrior, breathing in. Side angle, maybe fingertips touch the floor in this set. If you're not ready for that, go back for the elbow. Reverse, come up and reach back. Side angle. Reverse, go back. Side angle, hold here. And in this hold, go a little bit deeper if you're able to. The left arm might bind, maybe your right arm goes underneath the right leg. Maybe you join your fingertips around the outer right hip. You can always hold a strap or a towel with your left hand and hold on to it with your right if you're not fully bound. Chest should be turning up away from the mat. Maybe your gaze even lifts upwards towards the sky. 3, 2, on 1. Release spines. Keep the front knee bent. Reverse warrior. And feel that burn in the legs. Get really grounded and rooted through the legs. Cartwheel your hands down and step back. Flow through a vinyasa. High to low plank. Meeting in your down dog. Right away into the other side. Left leg high. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Stay here. Or roll to the outer part of your right foot, dropping the left toes behind you. Circle the left arm forward. Left knee towards the chest, stepping to the top of your mat. Warrior two, back heel down, arms cartwheel out wide, gazing to the left. Right away, reverse your warrior. Inhale, reaching back. And then side angle, maybe fingertips touch the floor, maybe not. Right arm is reaching. Reverse warrior, inhale, push into that left heel, reach back. Side angle, exhale. Reverse, breathing in. And side angle, hold. In this side angle, go to your deepest. Breathe fully. Maybe you take a half bind. Maybe you take the full bind. Sit deep into the front knee, lunging deeply. Take one more breath here. Push into the left heel, reverse your warrior all the way up and all the way back. Cartwheel your hands down as your palms find the floor. Stepping into plank pose and lowering down halfway. Up dogs or cobras, inhales, and moving back into downward dogs, exhales. Good, as you get back into your downward facing dogs, step your right foot forward between your thumbs and take a quarter turn to the long edge of your yoga mat. So you're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. So walk your hands to the left. Turn your toes to the long edge of your mat. And then if you're feeling not so bendy, you might have to take the legs a little bit wider. If you're feeling a little more flexible, you can probably bring the feet closer. Check that the feet are parallel as you start to fold. And walk your hands back. Shake the head out if you need. Make sure the neck is nice and long and relaxed. Head is heavy towards the floor. You're going to take about 5 long breaths here. Okay, begin to walk your hands back out, coming up halfway, and then quarter turning towards the top of your mat. Step forward into a forward fold. Turn your toes out, squat your hips down, Malasana, hands come together at the heart, just lifting the chest towards the thumbs. Just noticing your breath here, lifting up through the crown of your head, smooth, even breaths, just releasing the low back and the hips. And if anybody wanted to, if you wanted to stay here and just enjoy this, you could. But if you want to play around with a crow this morning, hands come to the mat, about shoulder width distance, knees climb into the backs of the upper arms, shifting forward, maybe one, maybe both feet lift. If you're there, you can set your feet back down, turn your toes forward and just press into that standing forward bend. Grab your elbows and sway it out again. So a little ragdoll, swaying it out. And release your arms. Take a slow roll all the way up to stand. And as you come up to standing, just pause here in mountain pose. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Roll the head forward. Clock it around. Check out what's maybe different from when you started. If you're only going one way, go the other way now. All right, reach the arms up overhead, big breath in. Reach your right arm underneath your left arm. So good deep eagle wrap with the arms. Squeeze your elbows. You want the elbows to lift up, not to just drop. So keep your elbows elevated. Bend your knees. Take your right leg, wrap it over your left leg. Try to steer your knees over to the right. So you're pulling your outer right hip back a little bit. You're trying to line your joints up, your wrists, your elbows, your knees, and your ankles. 3, 2, and 1. Right foot down, arms go up. Left arm under right arm. Remember, elbows up. Bend the knees a little. Take left over right. Wrap the ankle. So elbows up, hips down, belly in. 3, 2, 1. Left foot down. Inhale the arms up, big breath in. And bring the hands down to the heart. Step your feet together, big toes touch. Bend your knees like you're going for chair. We're going to twist. We're going to bring our left elbow outside the right knee. Elbow hooks outside the knee. Begin to steer your heart towards your thumbs. Roll your right shoulder back over your left. Good. Now get light on your left foot. So your left toes are going to start to lift off the mat. As your left toes start to lift and hover, step it slowly to the back of your mat so you end up in a lunge, still in the twist, and then coming to warrior 2. So just rise and turn. Reach out through your arms. Sink a little bit deeper. Reverse your warrior, reaching back. Stay in your reverse warrior, straighten your right leg. Crawl your left hand lower down your back leg. Keep your belly to your spine, reaching through the side body. Then come up, arms at a T, triangle pose. Right hand down, left arm up. Lean back, pull your shoulder blades a little closer so you feel the space at the heart open a bit. Pull your right hip back and under. Tilt your left shoulder back. Gazing down, left hand to the left hip. Bring your right hand forward a bit, or move your right foot back a bit. And about 6 to 8 inches between your right foot and your fingertips. Leaning into that right foot, lift your back leg for a half moon. You can use your left hand on your hip to try to turn that left hip up to the sky a little bit more. Maybe take the left arm up towards the sky or the ceiling. If you're wanting to add on, bending left knee, taking left hand to foot, kicking into the hand a bit, opening up the chest. Check in with your breath. Left hand down to the floor, left leg stays lifted, standing splits. So left leg up to sky, drop your head down low. If you wanted to, right hand at the ankle, maybe left hand at the ankle. And then a big step back, big lunge. Drop the left knee, and you're coming up for Anjaneyasana. So countering that forward fold with a little back bend. Bring your hands to your heart and move your hips back so that your left hip ends up over your left knee. So you back out of the lunge a little bit. You can adjust the right foot if you don't feel steady. So you're more stacked over this left leg now. Exhale here. With your inhale, cactus the arms and sink into the lunge again. Exhale, back out. Hands at the heart. Inhale, cactus, open your chest, lift your heart, sink. Exhale, hands to heart, move back. Inhale, cactus the arms, lunge deep. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last time, cactus the arms, lift your heart, lunge deep. So you're working into that left hip. And then bring the hands to the heart. Take an inhale, twist your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Start to rotate your chest towards the right side of the space again. Tuck your back toes under, pick up the left knee. So you're in a lunge twist, and then with control, come all the way up to crescent. So arms all the way up towards the sky. Front knee over the ankle, back leg is strong. Lift up through the chest, take an inhale. And now leaning forward, warrior three pose. Bring your body down and your leg up. Square your hips, reach through your fingertips. Slowly begin to bend your left knee. Take your left hand back to catch the left foot and come up into dancer. Release left foot next to right foot. Stand at the top of your mat. Tadasana, close the eyes. Deepen the breath if it kind of got away from you. Good, and let's try all of that on the other side now. So chair pose to begin, feet together, Utkatasana. So sit low, reach high. Good. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist to the left side of your space. So as you pry your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, also pry your heart towards your thumbs and start to lean back. square your hips. Don't let that right knee sneak forward. Breathing. Lean into your left foot. Pick up your right heel. Pick up your right toes. Slowly step the right foot back. Land on the toes. Warrior two. Come all the way around. Reverse warrior. Right hand to the right leg. Left arm reaching back. Stay here. Push into the left foot. Straighten the left leg. Reach back. Reach back. Come up with the legs straight, arms at a T, and then bring the left hand down, the right arm up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Try to tilt that right shoulder back, pull that left hip under, press into the right heel a little bit more, even the pinky toe side of that right foot a little bit more. Right hand, right hip, gazing down. Left hand a little bit forward of the left toes, shift your weight, and bring the back leg up. Right hand steers the right hip up. Flex the back foot, reach the right arm to the sky. Maybe bend your knee. Right hand reaches back for the foot. Give it a little kick, Chapasana. And then to standing splits, both hands down, fold over your left leg. Maybe left hand even grabs a hold of the left ankle and you pull yourself down and in. Slow step back to land in a lunge. Right toes way back, right knee drops down. And then take the arms all the way up overhead. Anjaneyasana, lift your chest. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift your weight back so that your right hip is over your right knee. You're more vertical here. And then cactus on the inhale. So big breath in, open your chest, lunge. Hands to heart, exhale, move back. Cactus, lunge. Hands to heart, move back. Cactus, lunge. And hands to heart, move back. Pause. Cross right elbow outside of left knee. Palms pressed, turn your heart towards your thumbs. Tuck your back toes under, pick up the back knee. With an inhale, slowly come all the way up through crescent, hug to midline with the inner thighs, belly to spine, then lean forward and take warrior three. Bend your right knee, right hand reaching back, maybe finding that right foot. Kick into it and start to go up into a dancer. So lift your left fingertips, kick into the back hand. 3, 2, and then right foot meets the left. Stand down, pose, palms forward. Close the eyes, take a couple of breaths. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Reach the arms up overhead, inhaling.
Oh, I just unmuted you.
And then fold forward, exhale. All the way down. Halfway lift, come up to a flat back, step or jump back. Vinyasa, slow it on through. I'm getting a note that my audio is weird. Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up. You can't hear me anymore? What the heck? Thumbs down. Let's see. It says I'm still connected. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can figure it out. take child's pose until I sort out my audio. Drop your knees down, forehead to the floor. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. All right. I don't know. I had to reset it for some reason. Okay. I hope it wasn't too long that you guys couldn't hear me. All right. So child's pose. Drop your knees down wide, foreheads to the floor. Relax. And just take a couple deep breaths here. Make your way slowly all the way up to your palms. Sweep your feet around to one side. Let's come into a seated forward bend setup. I ditched my audio, so I hope you guys can hear me okay now. Legs are gonna come all the way out in front of you, and you're gonna reach forward and down for your feet. So you can grab your big toes, you can grab your feet on the outsides. Inner thighs are rotating downwards and towards each other. So you want the inner thighs coming in and down, not rolling up and out. So that's a little adjustment for your femur bones. Come up halfway and just lengthen your heart forward. So you're gonna pull on the feet, stretch your chest towards your toes, then exhale and fold back in. You can drop your head down, relax your neck. Every inhale, think about lengthening your crown towards your toes more and more and more. Every exhale, think about just dropping into those legs. Shoulders are relaxed, jaws soft. Just take a couple more breaths here, just enjoying the forward bend. Feeling all that length in your back body. Maybe you can pinpoint specific areas that you're still experiencing some gripping. Maybe it's a hip, maybe it's a calf, maybe it's a hamstring, ankles, back of the neck. And then slowly begin to make your way up. So come all the way up and place your right foot to the outside of your left thigh or knee. So you're just going to cross your legs. And then take your right hand back, your left elbow outside your right knee. And just take a little twist. Every inhale, lengthening your spine. Every exhale, try to rotate your torso, spin around your center. And then unravel, try the other side. Left foot outside of your right knee. Left hand goes back, the right arm goes up. Breathe in, then hook. Elbow presses, turn your chest, look back. Come back forward. Release your left leg. We're going to take Agni Stambhasana, which is also known as double pigeon. Right shin on the bottom, left shin on the top. So if you start to go into it and it looks like this, if left knee is not resting on the foot, you can put a pillow right here or a blanket or blocks. You can also just hold the knee here and be okay with that. Or if you'd like, you could go ahead and cross-legged seat. So you would just put your left shin in front of your right shin. So that will work too. And then just fold forward, so coming down. Don't worry about how far you go. If you're feeling something, then you're doing it right. You're doing great. You guys seem to have some tight hips this morning across the board. So you're here for a little bit longer. Let's say like 10 more breaths. So just settle in. And then go ahead and make your way all the way back up. And just take your time, but switch sides. So work the other shin on the bottom. And decide what you need on this side. So you might need props in a different place. You might need to sit cross-legged instead of Agni Stambhasana. You might choose to stay upright, or maybe you fold. So go ahead and find the shape that serves you right now. Knowing that you have a good long hold here, you don't have to go into your deepest variation right away. Just kind of let the body invite you deeper and deeper when it's ready. About 10 more breaths here. So just try to soften something, even if it has nothing to do with the hips. Maybe it's the jaw or the space between your eyebrows, or maybe it's the shoulders. Say 2 more really deep full breaths. So full inhale, full exhale, long breath in, long breath out. And then slowly begin to make your way all the way up. You can release your legs out and make your way onto your back. So no rush getting there, just lie back. Good, and we are moving into Shavasana. So at this time, settle comfortably, relaxing your arms, relaxing your legs. Taking a moment maybe to scan down the body to notice if there's anything you still need as far as movement. And then just choosing to surrender into this final shape. Most important pose of our whole practice. As you lie back and you relax, become aware. Remembering that being is the deepest sense of awareness. It's where we're reminded about how sacred this life is, all that we have to be grateful for. Recognizing that maybe in our day-to-day we tend to forget, we get distracted and overwhelmed by everything outside of us. But when we make time like this, it normalizes the sacred in life. It makes this experience more accessible on the daily, gives us a reference point for accessing being, becoming aware of our source, of this sacred life. We've been conditioned to do, and do, not to just be. And so this helps us to find that beingness again. Release resistance. Feel yourself in balance, in vibrational alignment. The natural flow of life. Go ahead and notice your next breath. Taking a nice big inhale, filling up your lungs, maybe reaching the arms overhead to give yourself a full body stretch. As you feel ready to, bringing your knees to your chest. Roll over to your right side. And then slowly begin to make your way all the way up into a comfortable seated position. Eyes can remain closed. Palms come together in front of the heart, thanking yourself for making time to be in the practice of yoga this morning. And I would also like to thank you so much for showing up on your mat. I get so much joy out of jumping on and seeing who's joining me each day. Almost the same as when you guys walk through my door at the studio. Not quite, but close. Oh, I appreciate all of you guys for still jumping on and doing yoga with me. And namaste. You guys should really scroll through and say goodbye to everyone. There's a cow in one of the pictures. I can't remember his name. I should probably guess though, because I'm pretty good at that, right? Oh, I'm gonna unmute you all. You're all unmuted. What's his name or her name, Mike?
Hot.
What'd you call him? Oh wait, Mike's not unmuted.
That's a literal cow.
It's Isabel.
Isabel. I love it. So cute. She knows right where to lie, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How long?
Thank you.
How long were you not able to hear me?
A couple minutes.
Yeah, not long.
It was like a garbled sound,
Yeah.
Yes.
and maybe my Wi-Fi was dropping out or something. That hasn't happened before. Well, I'm glad I figured it out. And once I started leaving like this, you guys hear me okay? Because I don't have any earpiece or microphone.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank
Monday.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.